Welcome in Chiefs Kingdom to Chiefs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Silvers, and I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. And not only that, I hope everyone had a great Father's Day. Before we dive into today's action-packed episode, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, as it doesn't only help me in the channel, but it'll help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. As mentioned, we have an action-packed show for you on this fine Monday, so let's go ahead and dive right into our first topic. And the question I'm posing is, Norman-Lott, was that a smart pick or was that a second-round reach? And right now, of course, just during what we've seen and what I know based on his profile, I'm going to have to lean right now that that was a reach, as I see Norman-Lott. Yes, he's a project, and he's not going to be your plug-and-play starter that some people might see him as. Not only that, he's had limited college snaps and potential injury concerns, especially earlier on in his college career. It really makes me question if he was worth that number 54th pick overall. Not saying that you couldn't pick him on later in the draft, but I'm just not sure he was worth getting that high. Now, yes, he's got the frame, he's got the explosion, and he's got the strength to be an NFL starter possibly someday, but I just don't see that happening anytime soon. As I mentioned, 4 seasons at Arizona State and Tennessee, played 976 total snaps with only 225 snaps in 2024. So he's not really a run stopper either. Only included in a mere 86 run down. So you're going to usually use him more for the pass rush. In 2024, he recorded 4 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and 18 total tackles. None of these are really numbers that jump out on a page and jump out to you. I mentioned those injury concerns. Norman-Lott missed time in 2021 and 2022 due to knee issues. So I can raise some red flags about, some chronic problems or just those kind of injuries, flaring up down the road. And not only that, his draft grade wasn't that spectacular. He had a draft grade of 5.92, and that's a developmental backup when you're labeled with that 5.92 grade. So even the experts didn't think that he was worthy of such a high pick. Now, of course, you get gems and you get people that go above and beyond what their expectation was, where they were picked. But if you look at the numbers and the stats and just the grade, I'm just not really sure he needed to be selected in the second round. Now, why did I bring this up? Because there is some historical perspective to look at. Of course, I was just kind of dogging on the guy, but the Chiefs have a history of taking risk on, high upside defensive linemen in round two. Norman-Lott's athletic profile, 6'3", 305 pounds. That fits, Beach's mold of betting on traits more than what he sees in an overall college career. And when you look at the defense in Spagnuolo, 4-man rush that he relies on, it's going to rely on interior pressure without blitzing. So the Chiefs blitzed on 28% of plays in 2024. That ranked 18th in the NFL. You add Norman-Lott, who's relentless. He has that relentless motor. That could fit pretty decently. But once again, his limited rundown snaps make me question if he's ready to face the AFC West beast. I mean, they have some good players, so especially Chargers, Rashawn Slater, Raiders, Colton Miller, just some names to throw out there. So I'm just confused that if Norman-Lott was as talented, and I get it, Tennessee was loaded with talent as well, but if he's as talented as advertised, why didn't Tennessee trust him more? I mean, look at Georgia's Nazir Stackhouse, a third-round pick. He played 409 snaps in 2023 and 503 this previous season. So, yes, Norman-Lott's upside screams potential, but limited snaps, injury history, and that draft grade, I just not sure it really impresses me all that much. All right, let's go ahead and transition into our next topic, the Chiefs rookies. Who is going to shine the brightest? Because you're bringing in a loaded rookie class. I don't think that's, any secret, and I've been talking about some of these rookies in the past 2 episodes. You drafted 6 rookies, and out of those, I'm putting my money on wide receiver Jalen Royals to have the brightest or maybe biggest impact as a rookie this upcoming season. Not only that, the Chiefs have a proven track record of rookie receivers stepping up big, especially these past 2 seasons. And with Andy Reid looking to stretch the field more this upcoming season, I think Royals is the perfect fit to light up defenses. In 2023, that was his best season in college. He racked up 1,080 receiving yards on 71 catches with 15 touchdowns. That was third in the FBS for receiving touchdowns. He's a downfield threat, averaged 15.2 yards per catch with 12 receptions of 30-plus yards. He's showcasing that deep ball ability, and that's what the Chiefs want to get back to. It's a perfect fit. And as I mentioned, Chiefs just with the rookie wide receiver success, Rashee Rice in 2023 had 938 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy in 2024 posted 638 yards and 6 touchdowns. Now, I know situations were a little different for those two. They had to be thrusted in the spotlight early, but I think Jalen Royals could really take some of the stress off of the other receivers that we might see this year. And he's already turning heads. He hauled in a 50-yard bomb from Patrick Mahomes in minicamp, and he's earned praise from Andy Reid for his explosive playmaking. Not only that, his 4.39 40-yard dash speed, that pairs perfectly with Mahomes' arm. And you need as much firepower as possible as well, especially in the AFC West. Secondaries like the Raiders, Broncos, Chargers all bring a solid, and I mean solid, secondary. So I think Jalen Royals is the rookie to watch hands down this year. I think he might have the brightest or biggest impact compared to the 6 rookies that were drafted. All right, let's talk about someone that's been on the team now for a while, and that is Trey Smith. And the question is, will that holdout that he's playing with, is it fire or is it smart business for the Chiefs? Because I think we need to talk about it. This is the elephant in the room. So the situation is that the Chiefs placed the franchise tag on right guard Trey Smith ahead of free agency. So he's skipping OTAs and mandatory minicamp while unassigned. Andy Reid, he's playing it cool. He's saying we'll see about his attendance. It's not really his job to worry about all that stuff as much. But while that's going on, you still got to figure out who's going to play at that left tackle position with a rookie and a new face. So I get the business side that, Smith is playing with, but timing is everything here. And you're breaking in either rookie Josh Simmons or, as I mentioned, you're plugging in Jalen Moore at left tackle. So 2 guys who haven't been in the system. So you want to be out there building chemistry with these guys, with whoever wins that job. And now with Suamataia moving to guard, you're going to want to have to mentor him as well. And if you remember all the Super Bowl losses with the Chiefs, the offensive line was the difference maker in the fact that they weren't very good in those losses. So we can't afford to have our best lineman, or really any lineman at all, missing critical reps right now. So that $23 million tag hits the cap hard this year, and a long-term extension could drop his 2025 cap hit to around $12 to $15 million. So you're likely to have a lower year one base salary, a signing bonus paraded over the contract length, and then, backloaded cap hits in later years. And that's critical, too, for extending Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, as both are entering their 4th years and are due for some big paydays. So Brett Beach has a puzzle to solve, and experts in contract analysis believe that McDuffie's next deal will likely average around $24 to $25 million per year. And that's just based on, comparisons like Patrick Surtain, who's $96 million 4-year contract. Karlaftis' realistic range is $15 to $17 million per year, with upside in cap flexible scenarios. So not only that, you front Smith now, who's wanting top guard money. So the holdout is risky business, as every practice he misses is a rep that these new linemen and just the line as a whole could get going. So the Chiefs need to lock him up long term now. Helps the cap, make sure the line is as well as it can be, and it gets him back to work. Now, this last segment is a funny one, because you're going to read the bottom and be like, "What, Calvin, what are you talking about? Is Patrick Mahomes an overrated player?" Who's saying that? Well, I'll tell you who's saying that. Sarah Stockford, host on Buffalo sports radio station 100.9 The Mitt. Yes, called Patrick Mahomes overrated. Her claim is Mahomes is overrated because Josh Allen is just as good, if not better, and he doesn't get the same credit. Well, first off, my mind is blown by this, but first off, playoffs are where legends are made, right? Mahomes is 4-0 versus Allen in the postseason matchups. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Now, you can argue regular season head-to-head matchups, that's fine, but there has only been one playoff game at Highmark Stadium as rivals. So really, who's winning in the regular season more? And that was the 2023 divisional round. Chiefs won 27-24. Mahomes threw for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and only had 6 incompletions. So Mahomes owns Allen when it matters. And not only that, the Chiefs are just dominant under Mahomes. I'm not going to try to take up too much of your guys' time, as you know all these stats, but Chiefs have won the AFC West 9 years in a row. Mahomes has led Chiefs to AFC Championship game every year he started, and the 2 games that he lost, they were overtime games. It's not like he was blown out. 3 Super Bowl wins in 5 years. Regular season, 7 years as a starter, 32,352 passing yards, 245 passing touchdowns, career passer rating of 102.1. That's top 3 in the league ever right now. Fastest to 30,000 passing yards. As I mentioned, Super Bowl wins, 2 NFL MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, all before age 30. He's on pace to surpass Tom Brady. So Mahomes has one of the best wide receiver rooms since being with the Chiefs this year. So if he heard this, I think he can go out there and show a lot of people why he's not quote unquote overrated. The team is looking to stretch the field more. I think the Bills are just envy that they haven't been to a Super Bowl since the 90s. And what more do you want me to say? I don't need to go further in depth about this topic. Well, that was today's show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As I mentioned, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment as well about the 4 topics. Let me know. Was the Norman-Lott pick, was it a reach? Talk about the rookies. Who do you think is going to have the biggest impact? Trey Smith, should we sign him now? Or what are you thinking about the holdout? And let me know what you think about Mahomes being tagged overrated. As I mentioned, I am your host, Calvin Silvers. We will have a show daily for you. Until next time, have a good one.